I really don't like Junkrat 1 vs 1. I think he is too unreliable. His grenades bounce all over the place. His trap can be predicted, and I just find almost every other character is more capable in a 1 vs 1 situation. I felt the same way with the Demoman in Team Fortress 2. I preferred other characters in 1 vs 1 situations. All I did back then was just demo jump over the bridge in 2-4 and cut people with a whiskey bottle, or kamikaze them with the Ullapool caver. Oh yes! See, that's why the caver is great. Oh! So this video is not about killing other players in those 1 vs 1 situations. It's not about bragging. It's about winning the bloody game. Overwatch is a team game, and Junkrat is a great team player, actually one of the best. He is built around area denial, that's why he's considered a defender. Though on attack he isn't too bad either, because his grenades are just a great way to destroy turrets or players who camp in an area for too long. But I find the best place to be as Junkrat is on a good lookout spot, spamming the grenade launcher, bounce it off the wall, a ceiling, the floor, Reinhardt's shield. As long as grenades are raining on top of their main group, which usually involves a tank, then you are being a good Junkrat. So I'll go through him a bit by bit. First the abilities, then who he is good against, bad against, good with, and then, then I'll have to say goodbye. Jamison Forks is his real name, and like most characters in the game, he has 200 health. Not much considering he has so many explosives which can harm himself, so first let's talk about his Frag Launcher. I love the design of this, the sound as it fires, the grenades which go off with a little ticking sound, the reload animation, it just oozes that Mad Max rusty theme which they were going for. It has 5 grenades which fire one at a time and can be fired all within 3 seconds. And the launcher takes 1.5 seconds to reload. His grenades cannot headshot someone, but each one does a massive 120 damage when they hit a character directly, and 80 splash damage if they just explode nearby. These grenades can hurt you for up to 40 damage each, so you can kill yourself very easily if you get too close to them and continue firing this rust bucket. The grenades explode after their 3rd bounce. 3 is a huge number with Overwatch, right? But one of the biggest differences between Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 is that everyone has unlimited ammo. Just spam the thing around corners, every corner. You're a ninja, basically. They should never see you. Only your grenades and your gun on the kill screen, really. Junkrat is a sniper. Yeah, sure, he finds it hard against a Hanzo or a Widowmaker, but if you get a chance, you can easily scare them away from a good sniping spot with a few grenades. Junkrat is a sniper. He doesn't need to see the person he is killing, he only needs to know where the enemy is heading and what walls he can bounce his grenades off. The Frag Launcher is not a good weapon up close. It does damage yourself, but you should never really be up close for it to really damage you. I really love the high ground as Junkrat. Junkrat is a sniper. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that, sorry, but you could argue that he should be in range like McCree or Soldier 76. No, his grenades detonate after 3 bounces, so if he stays at Soldier 76 range, then he has to fire it very close to his own feet. And that, he can't see much when he's just looking at the ground. The Rat is better off standing further back. I admit it, the grenades have a huge drop. They are hard to hit someone directly with that dip and that slow travel time, and they are easily avoided, so just fire more, use walls more, floors more, reload at the right time, prepare for those pushes. As I said earlier about the tank thing, where the tank is usually a big focal point of every push, and his buddies are usually nearby because they're always just so slow. You could try hit a Mercy or a Tracer with it, but you got 5 teammates who find it easier. I don't care if you're great at predicting a Tracer's path and you can easily 1-shot, 2-shot her with these grenades. I got 2 things to say for you. First, you're a fucking legend. Tracers have pissed me off so much lately. Why do they keep ulting me? What the hell is their problem? And Junkrat's a great team player. What other characters have such a great weapon for firing into a huge crowd of people? I guess you could say Bastion has a very good time focusing on the main bulk of an attack, but he's not really as flexible as Junkrat with his movement. What makes Junkrat so flexible is this mine. It's called the concussion mine. This is a mine Junkrat can throw onto a surface such as a floor or a wall, and it sticks to it. It does 120 damage and has a cooldown of 8 seconds. You can place down one of these mines and then wait 8 seconds and throw down a new one, but that old mine will disappear. Somehow this mine does not damage Junkrat, but it makes the rat fast. This makes the rat jump This makes the rat unpredictable. 1 second you're in a bad spot and you're in a safe spot. 1 second you're about to be frozen and you're laughing at me from above. You could use it to get to good spots faster. You know, Junkrat is a sniper. Kill 1 or 2 people from one spot, change your direction easy, and kill more people so you don't get caught. Place it down and detonate it, and it will propel you forward, just like demo jumping. It will launch you further if you are crouching at the time. You can even detonate it as you jump if you wait for the second one to charge up. So you can do like a double jump kind of thing. I guess it is a mine and can be used to damage other team members, so it's like a symmetric turret. Wait until they get near it and blow it up. Boring. If you are in close combat and you don't think you can win a fight, such as a Winston jumps on you or something, you can quickly use it for some good damage. It will launch you back, but you know, doing 120 damage and launching you back is not a bad ability at all, right? I mean, you can also use it to push people off ledges. So there's many different uses for this. I think this might be one of the best abilities in the game. What do you think? Junkrat also has a steel trap. It goes well with that whole Junkrat is a sniper thing, doesn't it? In the Widowmaker vid I said you can place it on flank so you know where the enemy is, and it works in a similar way, except the trap is a bit of crowd control. It sticks them to the spot for 3 entire seconds. There's the number of the day again, 3. Usually if you don't kill them in those 3 seconds they will kill you, so you got to be aware of it. In 3 seconds you could fire 2 grenades at them, that's 240 damage. Then you could hit them with a mine, 360 damage. The trap also does 80 damage on its own. 440 damage, man. You can also hide your mine next to it, so if you do trap someone, you can blow up your mine to do 200 damage to them. Remember, that's the average health of a character in the game. The only thing which would protect those 200 health characters would be if they had armor on. I like to place it around corners and on top of steps. Usually people are in such a hurry that they don't notice it until it's too late. It's like another player on your team. A competent one though, one which you can trust. Even if it gets shot, it will tell you. There are some drawbacks with it where, as May, if she is trapped, she can cryo freeze out of it, and you know, she can heal with some health and everything. Reaper can turn into a wraith to escape it. Zenyatta can ult out of it, and Zarya can shield herself. What I like to do with this move is pick a building, pick any building, and while you're on defense, and call that your base, your bunker, your home. Defend that and don't let anyone through. You know, set up a trap on a different floor if you want, a concussion mine as an escape or whatever, and start the spam. Cover the sun with your grenades, just rain it down on them or where you think they are or whatever. When you hear your trap go off, jump down from your sniper spot and, you know, launch a few grenades right onto your trap. You got 3 seconds to do it in. It's a great way of killing those home invaders. It's just a fun little challenge really, and I like those fun challenges. You know, I like playing games with those mini games in mind. If you got any other fun ideas, you know, I want to hear them because I like making videos of them. I made one the other day of McCree sniping. That worked pretty well, but it was probably too effective because it's, you know, McCree is bullshit in the current patch, I admit it. Junkrat's ultimate is play of the game. I mean, Riptire. It's usually Bastion or Junkrat who get play of the game, isn't it? This thing launches Junkrat's tire from his back, which takes 1 second to cast. It lasts a massive 10 seconds, which when detonated with the right click button, it does 600 damage. You control it like a character, except you can press space to jump onto a wall and start driving up it vertically. There's a lot to think about here really. First is your position. You don't want to get shot at with your tire hanging out, so you may want to hide before letting it loose. You're not invulnerable. The tire does explode when it is destroyed, and it will kill Junkrat if it is too close to him. The tire can go through Reinhardt's shield, but the explosion won't. The closer the enemy is to the tire, the more damage it will do. Junkrat is a sniper. Hide behind a wall you should be near, rip it open and let it roll out, and just drive it to the objective. That's how you get play of the game when they're all stacked onto it like that. If they are not on the objective, then just find the tank, blow him or her up. They're usually so slow that their teammates are usually nearby, but what's really good is you can detonate the tire even after you have been killed. So sometimes it is just best to activate it up close to guarantee multiple kills to save an objective. You may die a glorious death, but that's the way Junkrat rolls. You know, rest in pieces. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. We've not talked about his passive yet, where a lot of people forget about it. And just between you and me, I want them to keep forgetting about it. I'm guessing most people watching this video like to, or at least want to play Junkrat more and aren't watching it for a way to beat him. If they keep forgetting about it, they will keep dying to it as they run over Junkrat's corpse, because when Junkrat dies, he drops 5 grenades at his location which do 60 damage each. So that's up to 300 damage. It's hilarious really to see that you just got player of the game or just killed that son of a bitch tracer who was hunting you for a solid minute, only to die by your passive. You can treat it as a bonus or a benefit really, where if you want to see it in full effect, just jump into the scrum, die and watch it do its magic. Junkrat does well against turrets of Torbjorn or Bastion. He's also pretty good against Reinhardt. Reinhardt isn't stealthy, he can't go around the flanks or anything, you always know where he is. He's loud, he's very eye-catching with that neon shield of his. Even if he charges at you, if you time it right, you can just launch him in a different direction with your mine. Junkrat does not do well against Pharahs. It's similar to how Reaper's played, where Pharah can just fly up and avoid most of the damage. It's very hard to hit her with your grenade launcher compared to most characters. He isn't too good against Lucio as well because he's just so maneuverable, a bit like Widowmaker. He's hard to hit because he just jumps around so much. Some people say that McCree counters Junkrat, and I think I disagree really. I have never really seen a McCree which can dodge all my grenades, and if he ever gets a flashbang on you, then as far as I'm concerned, you were too close. You are Junkrat, you know, there's no excuse to die while being chased in some corridors. Walls and corners are everywhere. You know, you can run away and set up traps. You can go ham and kamikaze the bastard sometimes, just like most characters who try and flank you. You just need to be aware of them and know about them. I also like him against D.Va. His grenades do a lot of good damage against her mech, and once she does eject out of the mech's butt, you can time that with your own grenades, so you can set up a few grenades which are going to detonate right where she lands. That's a bit hard, I'm still working on that, but you know, it should be possible. The synergy with Junkrat, I don't think is, I don't know, would you say it's easy or hard? Where good teammates for Junkrat, I think, would be Reinhardt. You know, you can hide behind his shield and just go nuts. It's not the high ground which I love, which I've shown so much in this video, but it's not a bad alternative, is it? Zarya is also great with Junkrat if she puts a shield on him when he is close to an enemy to prevent his own grenades from hurting himself. And I've been noticing I get some really good games when I got a Bastion or Torbjorn on the team. What they do is they zone the other team pretty well, so it's usually obvious where the other team is hiding. So you can get a lot of grenade kills that way, because there's less chance of the grenades missing. Symmetra with Junkrat is good as well, where it's a bit similar to Torbjorn and Bastion really, but she likes to defend important rooms, important flanks, like a room which everyone needs to walk through. So if you are on a team with her, just look at her turrets, and if you see them get destroyed, just spam some grenades into that room. You're a good backup plan to Symmetra when she does fall, or just when her turrets fall. You know, Junkrat should always be looking out for those choke points to throw his grenades into. Hanzo is also really good because he can spot the enemy a lot more often than Widowmaker, which is a great way for you to set up your plans. You can prepare your traps, bounce your grenades off of walls faster, and they can be more accurate because you actually know where the enemy is. And finally, Junkrat is a sniper. If you keep that in mind, you may have a lot more fun with him. Go for the good lookout spots. Think about each spawn area, which exit gives you the better views, the better angles. Run that way instead of the fastest way to the objective sometimes, and you should be far more effective at Junkrat. Junkrat's great at choke points. He can just completely lock down the enemy because so many people are just so predictable by running through the same doorways all the time. Those are the areas Junkrat should be concentrating on, not wide open spaces. I usually do a lore section with these videos, but I thought I'd just do that during Roadhog's video because him and Junkrat are very closely linked. You know, they are very similar with their lore. So until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know your suggestions for the next video, and I'll see you then.